right? But if you're gonna go off trying to call somewhere else home, you're in for a shock, you know? There's nowhere like this city, and there really isn't. Whatever we could possibly lack, we make up for in personality many times over, all right? Now, you could tell me about the beautiful Pacific Coast, that emerald green Miami Sea, that pure Rocky Mountain air. That's nice, very nice, but it won't sustain you. No, if you're a New Yorker, you need a heavy load of personalities. You need them at the post office, you need them at the bodega, at Dunkin' Donuts, on the bus. You need that. You see, people from other parts of the country, they don't need the kind of heavy load of personalities that you do. And usually, they only like it at a distance, too. TV, internet, radio, coming through some signal receiving apparatus where they can adjust the volume and power. But it's just way too much in person on a regular basis. Believe it or not, I'm going to shock some of you people right now. To people in the rest of the country, there's a such thing as being too New York. Can you believe this? I was shocked. I was shocked to New York. I've gotten confused recently, actually, of being too New York, Miami. I'm going to tell you about it. I went online. I shouldn't have done this, but I went online one night to meet a guy. Some guy. It was a pretty low moment for me. Not really seeing eye to eye with these men in Miami. So I went online to a dating website, which it is weird. It is, you know, online dating may have worked for you, but it doesn't make the concept any less weird for me. It's like going on Amazon.com and buying a boyfriend. But, you know, I did it. And I met a guy here younger than me from the Midwest. And he was a slow talker. But that sounds nice and sweet and sincere. So I thought, all right, you know, no harm in talking, let's keep talking. But, you know, I kind of knew it wasn't meant to be from the jump. Because, first of all, he said I was the second Jew he'd ever met in his life. And I don't even think he, met the first one. He just said he saw a man in a beanie cap one time with some curly fries coming down the sides of his face looking for directions at the Exxon near his cousin's house. So, you know, I don't know. I said I had a feeling. I told him, I don't know, second Jew, that's a lot of pressure. I tell you, I hope I don't turn you into an anti-Semite. I did. That's what I said to him. It's a funny line, right? It's a pretty funny line. And he goes, oh, well, why would you do something like that, darling? Why would you do something like that? Just like that, real dumbfounded, no sense of irony. And I said, I don't know. Thought it'd be something funny to say. Some a little dark, a little self-deprecating. No? None of that appealing to you? Oh my, look at the time. But I gave it time. No, I gave it time. I gave it time with the boy from the Midwest. Exactly what they tell you not to do in your 20s. You're never supposed to give a man time in your 20s. Nobody I ever dated in my 20s was ever good enough for the people I knew. I always told me, so-and-so is not worth your time. Don't give him the time of day, they said. Not 1 minute, not 1 second. It's funny how they flip the script on you the moment you turn 30. As soon as you're in your 30s, you gotta give it time. Give it more time. Whoever it is that's giving you time, give him more of it. Oh, you're still not feeling it after the 4th date? That's all right. You just gotta give it time. Matter of fact, just give him as much as he'll take. That'll be sufficient. And fast, too. This is not a game anymore. This is not a game. So I gave it time, but man, was he boring, folks. Man, long-winded with a monotone. I was losing it. You know, and I felt bad. I did. You know, I was kind of cute, he was kind of horny, but I can only carry a conversation on my own for so long. You gotta meet me halfway, a quarter way, something. But you couldn't make the bridge. You know, he was a good-looking dude too, but he was boring, you know. And you can't do anything with boring people. Boring is unyielding. It has no give, you know. So you know, somewhere out there, I created another anti-Semite. That's all right. Spit in the bucket, really. At least I didn't turn him into a Jew. Now that's pressure. You gotta crack open the Hebrew school books and do all the holidays to make it interesting. It's a lot of work, you know. Isn't it funny, how some Jewish women will compel non-Jewish men to convert? They're so amazing. They're such goddesses that they'll inspire a non-Jewish man to seek out a rabbi and get turned down 3 times and given one opportunity to study. Take the books really hard with all their might. Take a difficult test that I know I couldn't even pass. to finally just give up their whole old traditions to adopt a whole new way of life like her. It's amazing, but this is what some Jewish women do. Other Jewish women, they don't compel men to turn into Jews. They compel men to turn into anti-Semites. And that is me. I fall into that second category. That's all right, though. I'm a Jew. I've taken to saying that the last 6 years. Yeah, I'm a Jew. I'm a dirty freaking Jew. I love saying, I like how it makes people a little bit uncomfortable. I like that. That's cool. Tell you what I don't like is this Jewish stuff. What the hell is that? Sounds like a freaking cop-out. Like, don't worry, it's not contagious. You won't catch it. But, it's freaking bullshit, you know? I'm gonna tell you, this ain't skim milk over here. That's right, this is heavy cream. Both parents bat mitzvah at the Hebrew Tabernacle in Washington Heights. And let me tell you something, no one does a bat mitzvah like my family. We memorize the entire Torah portion in Hebrew, backwards and forwards, and the party afterwards is a nice, normal, modest celebration. We don't fucks with ponies, circus acts, magicians. That shit is crazy. Our bar mitzvah celebrations are simple. You know, there's music, there's food, and then you go home. That's it. The coolest shit for me was that there were like 2 security guards at the morning of my bar mitzvah at the synagogue, and that was awesome. You know, they were kind of cute too. I was like, oh, okay, Bobby, what's up? You know, I'm a woman by Jewish law now. Get at me on the landline later. I take both of y'all. Right, a freak from way back. That's right, I love that. I love it when there's like so many Jews somewhere that who's ever in charge of all of us has to hire security. That's my shit, yeah. I love it when the Jew energy mixes it up with the law enforcement vibe. Makes me feel all Michael Jackson bad and shit. I love that Israeli I don't give a shit attitude too. That's what I live for, man. Let me tell you, on a trip to the Golan Heights in northern Israel, our tour guide brought that exact vibe, good and solid too. There were about 40 of us, and you know, he leveled with us about some of the security issues. He said, hey, listen, guys, listen. As we stand here right now in this very holy place, there is a Lebanese intelligence agent who can hear every word I am saying. He knows precisely where all of you are standing, can see exactly what all of you are wearing right now. But do not worry, because I know about this guy too. Yeah, I know he went to the gas station this morning and had an 8-ounce coffee. I know how many sugars he put in his cup, and I know which way he stirs a drink. So, not to worry, my Jews, we are very, very safe. Yeah. That's actually the dude that inspired me to stop saying I'm Jewish and call myself a Jew, because, you know, he don't know. English ain't his first language. He don't know that ooh hits too heavy. The ish is nice and light. Too heavy on the ooh, man. That's all right. What are you going to do? I'm a Jew. I don't give a shit. When you're a Jew, you're a Jew. Listen, hey, we can't all be perfect, right? But, you know, that's, I'm a single Jew, too. There's just the one of me. And, kind of single I am, too. Because singleness, it exists on a spectrum with single and mingling on one end and fucking single on the other. I am fucking single. Which is a bit of a misnomer, because when you're fucking single, you don't even do that. You can. But I realize that you can be just as happy single as you can be in a relationship. Because when you're really single, when you're really fucking single, you get to make executive moves. All right? That's one of those things you get for giving up the unconditional love of a spouse is executive decisions. Now, all you fucking single people know what I mean, too. I mean, if you get to the door of a supermarket and you see chaos, kids running around, 20-minute lines at the register, Dominicans shouting at each other even though they're standing right next to one another, if you see all that and you don't want to get involved, you're going to leave. You're going to leave without an appeals process. It's amazing. Or if you're at a movie theater and you're watching a movie you hate, you just go. You go. Or if you're taking like some kind of sick pleasure in how much it sucks, you just sit there and hate it with all your heart. No one's tugging on your sleeve to leave. It's incredible. Yeah, you also get to do gross, disgusting, uncouth things in your home. Yeah, like let mount dishes and mount laundry reach amazing heights. Come and go for weeks, letting them get higher and higher and higher still until you're eating off paper plates and re-wearing whatever's at the summit of Mount Laundry. That's right, don't get too close this evening, people. That's right. Of course, you know, at some point you do have to start scaling them. And between the two, I'd rather scale Mount Dishes than Mount Laundry any day. You know, which is why usually Mount Dishes is like a Catskill mountain compared to the Andean heights of Mount Laundry. Because you know what? Dishes, it's something you take care of in the privacy of your own home. It's gross, you know, but you process the guilt alone. It's disgusting, especially like, it's been over like 72 hours. You know, even if you live alone and you only own like one of everything, one dish, one plate, one bowl. 72 hours and all that stuff is dirty, it starts to like grow other stuff. At that point, you're not even cleaning, you're like annihilating entire ecosystems from the sink. So, you know, you put on some music and you process the guilt alone. It's a private affair. Laundry, on the other hand, that's a whole public affair. And it starts with what I call the walk of shame, which is you traipsing your filthy, disgusting clothes through the streets to the laundromat. Start sorting them out with other people doing the same. And, you know, no one wants to be at a laundromat. Those are never happy people, right? No one ever wants to be there. A laundromat is a dog-eat-dog world, where otherwise good people will shamelessly trample on top of one another to get their stuff done out first. It's a savage place. A lot of menacing looks in a laundromat. I know about them, I've gotten them, and I've given them too. And that's right, yeah, there's a couple people, come on, let's face it, no matter what your laundry room standards of etiquette are, that we can all agree deserve a dirty look at the laundromat. Like people who walk in with a bag of damp, already washed clothes from their house because they only have a washer and break your cycle to use a dryer. Those people are evil. It's like, why don't you save your quarters and my time and buy yourself a dryer? You half-rich, cycle-cutting mother. You know how shit gets nasty in your head? Like, that's one of those. But, yeah. But, you know, I tell you who I get a lot of dirty looks from at my laundromat is little abuelitas. Little abuelitas who are like professional laundristas. Abuelitas laundristas. Looking like they're bursting at the seams, watching me throw all my clothes in the same washer without sorting them. You get that smug judgment face from Abuelita. Evidently, she doesn't like me mixing my whites with my colors. Can you believe that? It's like, how do you think you got here, Abuelita? I got mad abuelitas living in my building down in Miami. Make some noise if you got abuelitas in your building, like mad abuelitas on your block, in your hood. Nobody has abuelitas, little ladies, go mad, nobody, okay, yes, okay. You know, some of the abuelitos are still alive, but by and large, most abuelitas are flying solitas. One of the abuelitas in my building, she's not really an abuelita per se. She's more of an abuelo. She got that short haircut, long basketball shorts, a white beater, chacletas, and sometime in her past, like 30 years ago, she had herself a man too. You know, that's right. Yeah, they had a life together. They had a dog, they had a cat, they had a daughter. That's right. Someone wiped her up, dog. I know. I see the look of shock in your face, man. I know. I was surprised too. You know, and it wasn't her first choice. She'll never forget Linda. Linda. But things was different back then. And Carlito, he was a good man. He was. Plus, you really couldn't be out like that in the 80s, you know? So she kept it straight. 6 years. 6 years she did with her daughter father. I wish that motherfucker nothing but the best too. 6 years. Always talking about it like she did a bit with him and shit. 6 years. By the way, that's the difference between a gay female divorcee and a straight one. A gay lady that used to be married to a dude, she's gonna talk about it like she did a bit with him. She did time, yo, and she's happy for that motherfucker now. He got himself a beautiful new wife. Mommy got a little body and everything. They got a couple of kids. She's gorgeous, yo. But you'll never catch a straight female divorcee talking about her ex-husband's new lady like that. No, because it's not normal. What's normal is like the standard, right? That bitch is ugly, that bitch is stupid, she ain't about nothing, right? That's normal. Matter of fact, if you hear anything but that, take your friend SOS to the emergency room because she's not well. I'm telling you, the new wife could be Hillary Clinton, they still won't like her. But you know that would never happen anyway because Hillary, she already did a bid with Bill, so you know she on the table, she threw in the towel. But this lady down in Miami, she calls herself Cuba. this lady, Cuba. That's Cuba in English. And let me tell you, this lady's MO, all right, her MO is information. Information. That's her shit she lives off. It's just her sustenance. And she like synthesizes that shit into the cells of her body like she needs it. I'm telling you, people in every building. Do you notice also like these gossipy ass people always have like a second floor apartment facing the street entrance? That's like the perfect place to compile a dossier on everyone living in the building. It's amazing. It's amazing. I wonder, like, do those people seek out those apartments, or do people become that way over time? We're gonna research this later, mommy. That's the next activity. That's one of those great mysteries. But yeah, Cuba likes herself some information. That's her shit. And if she can't get it, like if she catches on if someone catches on to her thirst for knowledge and decides not to give it to her, like myself, I give her nothing to work with. So what does she do? She's a professional. She gives unsolicited information. She foists it. She supplies it. So now somehow you are involved. Like I walk into my building, right? And if I see her, I immediately get hit with, yo, Chloe, dog, yo, you know what happened? You know what happened, dog? You know what happened? Third floor, deadass, I'm not even playing. You know what happened? And you can't stop it. Because she's not asking if I know what happened, because she doesn't know I don't know. She knows I don't know. This is just her setup, her building momentum up to tell me about, yo, third floor, couple with the little chihuahua, their boss, yo. Yo, I'm not even playing. He was going with that sexy ass lady on the second floor with the cute face, so I moved it into 214. I pissed at that motherfucker too. He knew I was trying to holler. That ass pissed. And now, so now I just know this. Now I freaking know about the couple, the divorce, the dog, and the girl on the second floor, and I hate knowing that kind of information because it immediately creates culpability. You know that Mario Winning song, I don't wanna know if you playing me. Thank you, keep it going. I love that shit. That's like a 90s R&B song forever in the back of my head. But that's right, I don't wanna know. There's so much value in the purity of knowing like absolutely nothing about your neighbors, isn't there? And once that purity is compromised, it's lost. Someone has to die or move out for you to get your life back. That's it. I know about this, people. I do. I know. I started up when I was 24 years old. I carried on for years with someone in my building. All well and good when you're in that honeymoon phase. You're in love and shit, you know. That's the best. That's exactly where you want your poppy too, in the honeymoon phase, right in the building, like meet me downstairs type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But the honeymoon phase, you know, everything's oh, thank you, Poppy. You're so sweet, Poppy. I love you have a chicken salad sandwich in the fridge, Poppy. You know? Poppy. Fucking honeymoon phase. He was freaking rico too. Older guy. He used to take me to them bumping ass parties in the Bronx too. You know, with the red plastic cups. Okay, that's right. I know there's someone in here who will drink anything served to them in a red plastic cup. What's that, turpentine, gasoline? That's fine. Just mix it with a Hawaiian punch and we good to go, mommy. That's it. Bam. I love those parties. Nobody ever like knows whose apartment those parties are held in either. You ever notice that? You ever try to ask, do you know? I know you can't hear anybody over that bass, you know, because their parties are lit. They're lit as fuck. You know, no one's trying to ask, oh, so what do you do for a living? No. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. They understand the true essence of the party, which is to have a good freaking time. That's like an in the present moment vibe. We are all here and it's bumping, you know? Those are always like the parties too, where you're making like an eye connection with some cute poppy through the mist, you know what I'm saying? Some poppy with like a good jawline and a fitted. And you know, after a few songs, he comes up to you, he takes your hand, licks his lips and says them beautiful ass words that every girl wants to hear. Yo, ma, let's go to the room. Yo, the freaking room.
All right, it's taking you a minute to remember your experiences in the room. But y'all know about the room, okay?
Nobody ever knows like whose room that is either, right? And most you get a clue. You see some Disney posters, you know it's like someone's 8-year-old cousin. How about you? This room is usually more obvious with the statues of angels everywhere. You got all them angels blessing you and this poppy on the stack of codes. You know, that's my shit. But yeah, that older poppy and I, we did a bid. We did a bid together, that's right. It was a good run though, you know. And listen, even though we're not together today, I learned a lot. You always learn a lot, no matter what. Every experience will teach you something. And sometimes you learn some really unexpected things. Like for example, at the end of that relationship, when I kept hearing from around the way that this guy was cheating on me, and I confronted him about it, he taught me something about gourmet food. I know it's going to sound like totally off the rails. Stay with me. He taught me about cuisine. This is exactly what he said to me when I confronted him about the cheating, right? He goes, baby girl, see, listen, this is what you need to understand is, in every salad of truth, there are kernels of lies. And then on the flip, in every salad of lies, there are kernels of truth. So it's like the universe and shit. And you know, Bobby had like 20 years on me, so like he knew about the universe and shit. So I was like, okay, you know, let that go on for a couple more months. But eventually, of course, I did end up finding out that it was true. He was cheating on me. And actually, I found out the easiest way. A mutual friend of ours, he just told me. He confirmed. I straight up asked. I said, hey, Edward, you know, do you know if Bobby is cheating? You know. And I swear I've never heard someone say yes in so many words before. It was amazing. He started sweating. He got all worked up. He went, ay, Chloe, listen. Because I've known you forever, but I'm also friends with his stupid ass, so I don't know to say yes or to say no, or if I said too much already, like, the interrogation stopped. Yeah. So yeah, and I know what you're all thinking too. Poor guy, poor Edward, trying to be a good friend to both of us. Well, you are wrong, because tell me how I'm not even playing. Like a little while later, I find out that Eddie was trying to talk to my man on the DL, like trying to get with him on some down no gay thug tip. I was like, yo, that's my ex, dog. Like I thought we were cool, you know. He got a schoolgirl on me, like. Oh wow, he's single now. Fucked up, man. But yeah, man, the laundromat. Oh, I hate it there. I hate it there. I tell you what, when I win the Powerball Lotto jackpot, that's like one of the last places you'll ever catch me. You know, I'll just throw all this shit out and be like, you know. Never going back to laundromat. There, the supermarket, the pharmacy, the post office. I'm definitely still going to the dollar store after I win the lotto. Because that's just fun, like, you know. Plus, you got to keep up appearances that you're broke after you win the Powerball. And unless you're dumb enough to tell the world that you won, you just want to be schlepping that toilet paper. Oh, yeah, I know, Nancy, hard times, right? Yeah, keep that up. Otherwise, you're everybody knocking on everybody and their auntie knocking on your door. So, I'm definitely not going back to Verizon after I win the Powerball. I hate going to Verizon. You know, nobody ever wants to go to Verizon, right? It's not even Verizon's fault. It's always like having to go there's fault. And you notice they always have like the same guy at every Verizon in the country. I always have that same dude at every Verizon with the shape up, tape up, talking about, yo, ma, like, check it out, this plan is amazing, yo. $50 down, $10 a month for the next 24 months, but like check it out for you, because I feel a certain kind of connection for you, ma, for you. You can get the upgrade today if you get our friends and family, you know? And I can't even lie, like if it's been a while, it's kind of like, where by, you know, where do I sign? What's your sign, you know? But, you know, it's crazy. It's like, it's just all too much. Verizon contracts, gym contracts, the worst. And it's not even the contract, it's like the contract spiel. So I won't be going to Verizon after I win Powerball. Or Subway, like Subway sandwich shops. By the way, this is like the only city in the world I have to distinguish between Subway MTA and Subway sandwich shops. Thank God for that, because There's like a whole, the Miami crowd is different. Like they don't, like irony is not like their shit, but I thank you guys. Let me tell you something, anyone only ever ends up in Subway, all right? Because there weren't enough options, time, or money. It's either you got a coupon for a meatball sub and you're broke as fuck, or it's like a 24-hour Subway and it's like you're on the outskirts of Boston at 3 a.m. after a concert and the only place that's open is a 24-hour Subway sandwich shop. You know, Burger King was your first choice, but the girl at the drive-thru seems to be in stage 2 REM at the window, so that's over. So you know, you go to Subway. That's what you do. You go to Subway. Let's see, do you go to Subway, sir?
I love Subway.
Do you love, what do you have there?
I love turkey.
The turkey. Great. You know, I wouldn't really recommend them. Get the Chloe Club. That's anything vegetarian. You're pretty safe with that. But all right, we'll talk about that later. Well, I'm a little worried right now. We need to talk. But I used to go to my local Subway a lot. But then I made that tragic mistake of getting like way too friendly with the people that work there. Like I got way too chummy, like lighting them up and you know, everything, like telling them jokes, getting free cookies. And then somebody always owes like someone $20 and there's like a moratorium on the place, so you know. I don't, no more Subway for me. Or no more Dunkins. No more Dunkins for me. Thursdays through Mondays, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. and some Wednesdays, 10 to 3. That's when Jeff works there. Oh, Jeff. Yeah. Let me tell you, by the way, first of all, that's his real name, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, that was one of my pupils. He was one of my students. You get some of those after 25 when you're a woman, you do. I know some of you ladies in the audience have had one, or will have several in the future. A pupil is a guy who's like 23, and he thinks you're 23 too, and he acts all shocked when you tell him your real age, and he's all eager to learn, you know. So I was like, okay, hello, Bobby. We can wait each other's time for a couple of, you know, see a little epoch of time together. But Bobby, he was not a good student, okay? He wasn't. He needed a lot of help, a lot more than I had patience for. Let me tell you what Jeff's problem was too, because I just figured it out the other day, like I could put it to words, and it was amazing. I love when that happens. He didn't know when to sprint and when to pace himself. All right, like I don't know, he was a mess. Like I don't know what 23-year-olds are up to today, but he was like way out of line. He was. Let me give you a little background. I hate this, but I can give you a little. We were texting for like 9 months before I invited him to hang out, which is because my father's here. I will let you interpret that as you will. So you know, 9 months I knew this kid, and an hour, 1 hour after I finally give him the okay, all right, come over, let's hang out, he starts sending me pictures of Jeffrey Jr. I was like, I was so pissed. I was like, you just killed the vibe, my man. Like, wait for me to see it live first, at least. Like, come on. I was like, oh, hell no. Fuck that shit, right? I was so upset and grossed out. I just told him, I was like, I'm going to sleep, man. Done. Fast forward a few days later, I get that apology essay text. So you kind of scroll over with your eyes. You get it. He's sorry, whatever. And, you know, we spoke about it for a little while. And, you know, I told him why women don't usually appreciate unsolicited pictures like that. And, you know, he said he was sorry, real sorry. But this is where he became my remedial pupil, you know. This is where I knew that he needed way more help than I had patience to handle. Just the one text after I forgive him, he goes, but still, you liked it. It's big, right? It's real big. You liked it. You liked it. You liked it though, right? That was it, you know. So Jeffrey, so no more Dunkins for me. Yeah, no more Dunkins for me. That's fine. I need to get off the coffee anyway, and there's no way I'm about to start up a Starbucks habit. That's how. Can you people tell me how is that stuff even legal? Like there is no way that can be good for you. But people drink it every single day. Every day it amazes me. I tell you, I am shocked that dialysis equipment companies haven't yet seen the potential of partnering with Starbucks. If I were the CEO of one of those dialysis equipment companies, that would be Monday morning 7 a.m. priority. Get in touch with Howard Schultz about putting some of our equipment into locations nationwide. That's right. And I know this stuff has gotten like stronger through time, and it's just going to keep on getting stronger and stronger. I'm gonna tell you something, I got visions, right? The year 2500, let me take you there. Starbucks business model is gonna be outdoor open air coffee pumps where you walk right up to the pump and stick the stuff directly into your adrenal glands, just like you pump gasoline into your vehicle. Same exact model. All right, it's amazing. And it amazes me too that people think this is all leading to productivity. It's like, how exactly does one measure productivity? I mean, let's say you're making $1 million a year, right? Running on all cylinders, Starbucks day and night. 20 years time, you're gonna need most of that money to clean that mess up. Whole new sets of organs and everything. Just cut the middleman and have some water, I say. But, you know, people need their Starbucks. But people do, people need their Starbucks, and, you know, we adopt a lot of bad coping mechanisms. One bad coping mechanism after the next, each worse than the last. Simply to live. Of all things. How's that for a little dark irony, right? And, you know, as a society, we actually embrace our bad habits. You know, like, sure, at first, people will try to talk you out of the smoking habit. But, you know, if you smoke long enough and show them you mean business, they'll eventually leave you alone, you know? And in 30 years' time, you will make that great transformation from a kid with a smoking problem to the old smoking bastard on the porch. That's right. At that point, no one's going to try to help you. They'll just regularly send you gift baskets full of cigars and liquor on the holidays. That's right. I don't know. I like to keep my stress levels low so I don't reach for too many substances. Just to get through the day. It's a little easier when you work for yourself, as I do. I am my own boss. Actually, everybody is their own boss. Even if, like, right now you're in a job that you really, really hate, working all these hours, you are still your own boss. It's just that for a few hours a day, you pretend like somebody else is your boss. It's like a power custodial system. That's what jobs are, and that's one of the reasons I don't like them. You know, don't get me wrong, I don't like jobs, but I love working. I've always found a way to make it. I'm a writer, I'm a painter, I'm a whatever you need me to be kind of girl. You know what I mean? But I'm not an employee. You know, this little young lady knows that right quite well. And in the past, at times, every so often in the past, I get like a hankering for a job. I don't know why. I think I had this like romantic vision of myself, like sitting at a bar at the end of a week, talking about my boss. My boss. My boss! You know? Throw my complaints to the soup. Other people who got them too. But I've had a few jobs. I've been a waitress, a bartender, a receptionist, a cashier, a construction worker. You know, I know. Little old me, can you believe it? Yep. I'm going to tell you how I got that job too, because it's not easy for a woman to get a job in construction. I know this. I tried for years, so I get the 5 minutes to stand up for it. But I did something really clever this time that I got hired. I applied online, have a good night, and I called myself C. And I didn't answer the question about the gender, so when the dude called me up, he sounded a little weirded out. He goes, yeah, you could come down for an interview. You know he didn't want to interview me. He just didn't want to get like a phone call from the EEOC, so I came down for the interview. And it was at like this fancy schmancy white linen tablecloth restaurant, real mafia stuff, you know. And the guy takes one look at my face and he goes, "My God, you're a girl!" You know, it was great. Sicilian guy from Brooklyn, running a construction business down there in Miami. So he liked me, you know. He liked how I could adapt very nicely to that white New York ethnic energy. You know what I mean? It's a crazy experience, I tell you. Working in construction in the Miami summer. Man, and those boys, they had their habits, they did. The boys. And let me tell you, if you don't pick up at least a couple of bad habits, if you're working a construction job, you will never survive. Socially, I mean, you're never gonna last. And you know, I wasn't about to let them think I was some little pansy. So what I did, because I also wanted to like live, is I bought those stupid like organic hipster cigarettes and I kept them in my back pocket. And then at our daily meetings after the shift, I take one out, light it, put it to my mouth every 25 seconds or so and make this face. Like, yeah, you know, that kind of shit. It's funny how you like, funny with cigarettes. You can light up a cigarette and like repel all the soccer moms. You light up a cigarette on a construction site, and your coworkers will be drawn into you like flies to a light bulb. It's incredible. It's wild, man. Man, I tell you, there's gotta be like some kind of equation that they teach in colleges that measures how many metric tons of nicotine it takes to get one story up off the ground. It's amazing. But speaking of bad habits, my boss at that job, he had a lot of them. At any given moment, that guy would be smoking a cigarette, drinking a coffee, chewing gum, yelling on the phone, and freaking losing it on the highway in his Dodge Ram all at the same time. You know, I knew I was risking my life, but I wanted these 5 minutes like really badly, so I was like, no, that's cool. And I tell you, only 42 that guy was, really. I still don't know how people could pass the age of 40 with all those habits, you know. You could already see that for his age, his faculties were going. Like, he could no longer, check this out, he could no longer articulate his thoughts at a 1-to-1 ratio with his speech. Like, every time he would start speaking, it sounded like he was trying to crank up a car that sat through an Adirondack winter. It was like, please, do me a favor, will you? Take that stuff in that pile over there and put it over there. Can you do that for me? Thank you so much, thank you so much, thank you so much. And, you know, of course I was happy to do anything for the guy, you know, because he wasn't your regular boss, you know. And the guy was really cool. He let you see his vulnerabilities. I like that. He was good to me. He was good. He said to me, he took me into his world of wisdom, you know, as we sat in traffic under that hot Miami sun. He said, you know what I like about you, kid? You don't take nothing from nobody, all right? And even if I give you shit, don't take that from me neither, all right, kid? Yeah, he was a good guy. He said to me, there's 2 types of people in this world. You got your Monday through Friday 9 to 5-er, who needs to be told when he could take a dump. He asked, can I take a dump now, boss? Can I take a dump in an hour? When, boss, can I take my dump? Then you got your 24-hour guy, your 7-day-a-week guy, and he don't need to be told when he can take a dump. He gotta go at 3 a.m., he goes at 3 a.m. He don't ask for permission. This is all true, by the way. This is, and I want to thank you before I leave tonight. I want to thank you. I can only do this guy's impression here in New York. He spoke a very thick dialect of Flatbush Italian English. You know, I don't need a certified translator tonight, right? He was definitely a diamond in all that cubic zirconium that got down there in Miami. Water in a desert of personality. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening to me tonight.
You turn off.
Oh, yeah.
See? Produced by us.